this time last year, I was in a recording studio with you when you started your album, Songs from the Sun House. Where are you now with the album?
Well, as we speak, the album is going to press. So I'm hoping by sort of the middle of next week, I'll be receiving a great big box full of brand new Mark Butcher CDs, which is very, very exciting.
How's the process been of recording the album? Because as I say, we were there right at the start, and obviously it's taken a while to get it to the place we are now.
Yeah, it was February 2008, 10 days in the studio in Shepherd's Bush, which sadly is no longer here. I don't know whether it was me, but the council sold it shortly afterwards. So we had the 10 days in there where we got musicians in and put the vocals and guitars and drums and bass and all that sort of stuff down. And then after that, it was kind of trying to weave it into the small spaces that I had outside of the cricket season, which then sadly became sort of bigger spaces because of the injury. And so the process then, I'm going around to visit Matt Taylor, my producer, at his house, and we're mixing and fiddling with knobs and buttons and all this kind of stuff, trying to get it to sound like the finished article. And we got to that point probably about 2 weeks ago. Artwork and all that kind of stuff has since been done, and now I'm just waiting for them back from the manufacturers.
I know you loved that time in the studio when we came down and saw you recording with the other musicians, but you loved that process, didn't you?
Yeah, it was incredible. I didn't realise it was so much hard work actually. Sort of left the studio at 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight every night for 10 days straight. Didn't see too much sunlight, but the process of creating it and seeing my songs and ideas come to life was incredible.
And you'll be very excited, I thought, when you get it finally. It's like with a book, isn't it? When you finally get that first album in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just it seems like it's been a long road. I mean, I started writing the songs as far back as sort of 2000, 2001. I'd always be writing them on, if I was away on tour or in a hotel room somewhere, and ideas would come to me. So it's been close on a 9-10 year process. So to finally to be at the end of that is amazing. I'd had a small taste of it before with the Ben Hollyoak CD, which I've actually done a reprise of that song, which is going to be on the record, which is very different from the original one. So it's been amazing, really. I've been very lucky in that the cricket has kind of brought me all these different opportunities. I've been able to go out and do and pursue my dream as a musician as well.
Anyone who knows me will tell you I know nothing about music. I've got the most awful taste in music. But I have to say, when I was down there and listening and I've heard you play, it's all good stuff. But just give us a reminder of sort of what will be on the album, the type of music that you've got on there, really.
I guess, I don't know. I don't really have a name for it. I mean, I like a lot of soul music. I like a lot of blues music. Sort of Motown, Stax type things, and rock as well. And all of that is kind of in one big melting pot. So it probably flits from style to style a little bit, I think, when you put it all together. So to be able to pin it down to one particular thing is quite difficult. But it's all good kind of emotive music you can dance to, music that you can snuggle up to. Might even have a cry to if you want.
And away from the album, the Mark Butcher Band, you're up and running. You've got some gigs coming out, haven't you? You're quite busy actually over the next sort of month and a half.
Yeah, running's an unfortunate probably. Yeah. You turn a phrase, but yeah. Obviously, with the record coming out, we've got a couple of shows going to be doing in the mid to late January. A couple of local ones. One in hang on, I've got to get this right. One down at Cranley Arts Centre on the 17th. Then Botley Hill Farmhouse, which is in Warlingham, which is very local to me, on the 18th. And then in Barnes over in West London at a pub called the Bull's Head. Make yourself and the family proud. I suppose in those gigs there'll be some of the songs from the album, will there? Right? Yeah. There'll be a mixture of probably 75% of the stuff from the album, plus a real mixture of kind of my favourite songs and artists. A bit of blues, bit of soul, bit of rock and roll.
I suppose in many ways that you've been recording the album, but you must love the gigs because it's a bit like when you're out there in the middle of the bat and you're live, aren't you? And it must be a different sort of adrenaline for you for when you're stuck in the studio, which is a great experience, obviously. But you're out there, you're live, you're in front of a live audience.
Yeah, it's funny because in the studio there'd be sort of like a passage that I'm trying to play on the guitar that as soon as you were recording it, I couldn't do it. You know, there was the kind of like that pressure of having to get a take. But then when you're playing it in front of people and it's live and spontaneous and on stage, it's kind of like the easiest thing in the world. So yeah, it does have, you know, music. To me, has so many different parallels with the game. You know, musicians spend most of their time waiting around for things to happen, and so do we as cricket players, and you know, tours along and all that kind of stuff. And so there are, even in the performances, there are different parallels as well.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, and we'll look forward to having a listen to songs from the Sun House. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, cheers, Chichi.